All right, guys, good morning. We're going to do something fun. We're going to do something called a blind study. We're going to go through and I'm going to use a Google random generator to pick a coin for us. And we're going to look at the accuracy of the two indicators we've been educating everybody on here called the market cycle highs and lows and the pro trade manager. We have never found indicators that are more accurate than this. And I'm going to keep educating you guys of how these are calling moves in the market. We've came out with newsletters, how I was able to call the entry before the ICP 100% jump, before the Filecoin 100% jump, as well as the 80+% jump on Cody. Okay, we've shown that to our members. We've sent emails out about that. That's awesome. But let's do something that's a little bit different. Let's use a random Google generator here. So you guys know that I'm not cheating. And we're going to pick a random, I'll go three different clicks. 1, 2, 3. Okay, number 11. Let's pick number 11 on our watch list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ethereum. I'm sorry, we can't do Ethereum. We've already done that too many times. People are going to think I was cheating. 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, GRT. Great. What I want to show you guys is if you come up here and you take off bodies, off borders, off wicks, you have nothing. We developed a new way to look at price. It's like kind of amazing because people are used to seeing candlesticks. We're like, what kind of data does this show us? Well, this shows us the price moving up and down, and you've got to draw on your patterns and such like that. But this doesn't actually give you any signals based off just strict price structure. It just tells you this is where price went. If you take this off and you guys actually turn on what we call our market cycle highs and lows, you get something completely different. You get data that's not available on your regular candles. What this does is it actually replaces the exact format, like literally where your candles were, they are now replaced. See how it's overlaid there? They are now replaced with a new data set. It's still price structure, but it involves so much more data for you guys to make better trading decisions. So what does this say? This says, without trying to pick one that looks fancy, it tells us that when the market is coming down into the fearful and max fear section, this is where people should look to start dollar cost averaging into the market before we start seeing moves back up. At the very low, I'm going to go with the low here, it is 87%. But let's be realistic here. The first time we entered into the market when we got to caution to the high was 26%. The moment we first entered into fear to the peak was about 38%. Nobody times the top, so let's say 10% off of that. You're talking about 12 to 25% plus moves, okay? But it happens time and time again. What happened on the first signal here before we hit the high? This was another 41%. What's happened recently, guys, is that we've come back down into the concern section. And I do believe this is a bottoming formation on GRT, okay? And I do think we could have some great moves back up. So what are you watching for? What the indicator is going to do is it's actually going to look at price structure in the past and say, if we get really overextended and we get up here into high greed or extreme greed, the price chart is actually going to change colors for you automatically. I'm not joking when I say this to be overzealous about this. I have not turned on regular candles since I've produced this. And we've had this on our charts, and our members have had this on their charts because it gives me so much more data than just looking at white candlesticks or red and green candles. I know that when I look at this and I see something like concerned, I know we are only 2 levels down from absolute max fear. And that's a place where I should be looking to dollar cost average in if I think the market's going to go back up. So let's just play this out. In 2024, when we had that run, you saw XRP, you saw XLM take their runs. If you guys would have watched this and you would have gotten into some dollar cost average entries and just in concerned, which is what we tell everyone to start with on their alerts, it's 154%. And then obviously you can see here again, I won't go to the bottom, we won't cheat or anything like that. It's 133. Okay? As the market was going back down, and if you guys are long-term holders, you're like, I wonder if I should get out. If you wanted to get out, the tide started shifting when you went from neutral down to mild caution. So the moment that happens, you can start taking exits on positions where you're like, I don't know if I want to hold this anymore. And what you can do is like cut your losses short right about here. Let me get a tool here for us to work with this for a little bit. Let's do a brush. You can cut some DCA losses right here if you'd like, or even when you turn to blue and just wait for the concern section to come back up or fear. I think some of you guys may need to do this on some of your coins based off what I see coming in the market, and we'll cover that tomorrow in the future forecast. But what you're seeing is the price is actually being chunked out into different sections. giving you different DCA opportunities. Do you guys understand that? Like we have an indicator that's responsible for 314 wins and 0 losses. And there's an open ledger for that too. What we do is use buy limits. But what you can do is if you enter the market in yellow, you can place a buy limit here, and buy limit here just by watching the colors change, because you're going to this is behind the scenes, but our point of control for this indicator, there are deviations beyond the point of control, saying that the market is too far extended. So eventually what happens is it snaps back. It snaps back once you get into concerned, okay? And the same thing happens when you get overheated up here. You're going to see, all right, guys, we're pushing into greed and high greed. We need to start looking for some dollar cost average exits, okay? We're not looking for it to be like, call the exact single top every time. Like that's actually more so what the pro trade manager does. But when you guys partner this up together, like I showed in yesterday's YouTube video, just continuing the education from yesterday, when you guys are down here and you see something like fear or max fear, what we're looking for is a green dot at the bottom. The reason for this, guys, is listen, this indicator up here does not use, there's no oscillators at all in this indicator. This is comprised of 9 oscillators and other metrics. So we've got Bollinger Bands, stochastic, MACD, moving averages, and I'll save the rest, but there's 4 more after that we use. Institutions, retail traders use it. So we know when price is oversold or overbought to the upside. And like, if you want to look for dead on tops, look for the red dots, okay? If you want to comprise these together, you're going to have deviation levels as well as price structure combined. And that's what makes it pretty powerful, okay? Also, if you guys come in here and you actually are, so you're able to detect sell signals while the market is still running, which has never been done before on an indicator. So real quick pit stop here. Most indicators would fail right here and they'd stop and say, that's the top of the market. That's not the top. The top is actually up here. So we were able to code in the ability for the indicator to actually look at the market and say, we're still going, but we have divergence on the indicator. You want to take an exit here, right on this candle, and you also want to take an exit right here at the exact top. No other indicator, I promise you, is able to do this right now with AI. Okay? We found a way to do this, and if you just come in here and you set it to a 2, it's actually going to watch price structure within points of deviation where you have divergence, indicators moving down, price is still going up. People are like, thanks RSI, thanks stochastic, like where's my top signal? Like you failed and you're starting to go down, but price is still going up. I need something to keep telling me when to exit. Set this at a 2. This indicator can do that for you guys in extended runs. Again, no other indicator has been able to do that. So when you have it set up like this, you guys now have 2 pieces of data to say, all right, what do I want to do today? This is what I enjoy, and I'll end this here. I wake up in the morning and say, okay, I've got some extra cash on the sidelines. I want to look to get into the market to make some money. My first thought is, okay, I'm just going to come over here and watch for the concerned level. And I will come over here, and I did this with you guys as members, but I'll show you guys here. Come over to alerts, hit the plus sign, go to the market cycle highs and lows, and just hit concerned. And then hit once per bar close and create. You now, I mean, if you really want the best, entries, come down here and click on fear and go to once per bar close. It may not get hit much, but if that sucker gets hit, like you may want to really get, I got to be careful. I'm not a financial advisor. You really want to pay attention, okay? And if you hit fear, it's the bottom of the trend. Fear actually called the bottom of the Bitcoin cycle the last 2 times. Fear and max fear. I showed it to you guys many times on other YouTube videos, okay? If you get that and you get a green dot, you have double confirmation. So how do you set up an alert for a green dot? Come over here to plus. We've made this so simple. It's going to default here to long entry. Go once per bar close and click create. That's all you guys are doing. 2 alerts, and now you have indicators doing the heavy lifting of price action be extended from its point of control based off deviations, as well as price structure, which no other indicator has been able to call to this accuracy before, as well as you're protected in uptrends when all other indicators fail. You guys now have AI doing the heavy lifting for your trading. So let's play this out. If the market moves back down here and we get into concerned, you can enter a dollar cost average entry if you choose. If you have a green dot, that's even more confirmation. Where are you looking for an exit? Look for an exit when you get a red dot. It's really not that complicated. We have people in here just simply doing this kind of this swing pattern here where they're getting into trades and they're going from green dot to red dot. So when you go to green dot to red dot, you get some pretty decent percentages here, okay? From green dot to red dot, you're about 40%. Let's look over here. You go from green dot, let's go dead on here, no cheating. Straight up here, let's go to the first dot, not the second one. You're at about 18, okay? If it's not a great entry, it will at least be one of the best dollar cost average entries in the market, 12%. Okay. And as the market's been moving down here with the collapse that we've never expected, with the largest liquidation event in history, we are probably going to see the market head down a little bit further. That's okay. You still have the best dollar cost average entries out of everybody at the lows of the lows, even within a crash. And if you've invested here, what are you waiting for? The red dot. And when the red dot appears, you can enter and sell. Do you see how this is actually, I haven't fully explained this to our members yet, but I guess I'm doing it right now. This is kind of a full trading strategy. If you get in at a green dot and you're in concern or fear, look for the red dot to appear. It almost rhymes. It's kind of like we created a poem, okay? With the accuracy of how well this does at timing tops and bottoms of structure and deviations, you're not going to find more confidence than this. I've been doing this for 10 years, guys, okay? This is what you need to get your hands on. So I'll stop that there. Here's how you get your hands on this with pretty incredible discounts. If you guys want to become a member of TradeConfident.io, I actually show you guys and I trade my account live with you guys Tuesdays and Fridays. I'll actually do one tomorrow. I take my $1 million account and I show you every buy and every sell that I make. And I use these indicators. I don't just do some flashy videos and say, go buy. No, we actually put these to the test and use it on $1 million account. So there's accountability here because it actually works. Okay. If you want to get a membership, you can do that. It is $65, but we're giving all new members 25% off. When you get a membership and you're able to watch all of our updates here, you guys can go under the indicators tab and you guys can get these new released AI indicators. But if you're a member, we are going to give you guys $150 off on all the new AI indicators. So follow me here. You pay $49 as a new member. That $49 unlocks $450 worth of discounts on the new AI indicators. I'm showing you guys the Pro Trade Manager here. I'm showing you guys the market cycle highs and lows. If you guys have purchased the Pro Pack or the top and bottom finder in the past, which is responsible for 314 wins and 0 losses, and there's a ledger for that, email us and we will give you guys 60% off all the new AI indicators. You've spent $400 or $500 with us. You deserve to get a discount. Okay. We do that to honor you guys. If you're like, I don't want to become a member, I just want a discount, use the non-member discount. Everybody gets something here. Put these on your charts, guys, and email us if you have any questions. We are not here, I hope you can tell us, we're not here to just sell you an indicator and say goodbye. Email in if you need help setting it up, if you have questions about getting into a trade, if you have a chart that you're like, I think this is a good entry. Email into us with a screenshot and ask us, based off you guys knowing the indicators because you coded them, do you think this is a great entry? We can't hold everyone's hand for the next 100 trades that you do, but send us your questions. We are here to help you, not just sell you a product, okay? And we're using these products with our $1 million account. So if you guys want to watch what we're doing, go to the future forecast on the front page, and every Tuesday and Friday we post a new update and I show you what I'm doing with these indicators on a live account. You're purchasing, you're getting support, and you're actually seeing somebody use what they're selling, which is very rare. Most people just sell and they say, buy this and sayonara, see you later. No, we're using this because it works. All right, guys? I hope you really enjoy this. We've never come across indicators ever that have been this accurate at predicting market moves. And I hopefully this blind study can show you guys the accuracy of this. And there are many testimonials like this of how it called the ICP pump over 100%, the Filecoin pump before it jumped 100%, it called that entry with concerned, as well as Cody, it called that 80+% move as well when you got into the concerned section. You guys got to be watching these entries with how low this market is, okay? I'll leave it there. Links are in the description. Enjoy the indicators. When you pay for them, you automatically get the source code. If you need any help, email us at betradeconfident@gmail.com. There's 3 of us that can help you over email. There you guys go. I'll leave you with this. betradeconfident@gmail.com. Email in if you have questions, and we got you covered. Let's get you successful in trading. All right, guys. I love you. Everything is linked in the description. Talk to you guys later. God bless. Bye-bye.